Have you ever thought about going all in your passion, in your hobby, and just starting your own business? Well, you're listening to the right podcast. Welcome to the Coffee Chat Podcast. My name is Aaron, and I will be your host today. Well, there you have it. Welcome to the Coffee Chat Podcast. And you might be wondering, Coffee Chat Podcast for Colados? Yes. Why? Because coffee, it gets the people going. It's provocative.
Yeah.
You start talking. Once the coffee's there, we're ready to go. And I'm excited for our guests today. We're going to be talking about photography. We're going to be talking about going all in your passion and your hobbies. What else are we going to talk about? Maybe crazy things that have happened to you, shooting weddings and stuff like that. So I'm excited. If you haven't noticed, subscribe to wherever you're watching YouTube.
Let's go.
We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So stay tuned so you can listen every Friday. So why don't you guys help me welcome today's guest, Jose Luis. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, let's go.
How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me, bro. I've been watching your videos, and I was like, a ver, algún día, hopefully one day I'm there. Hopefully, at least like cleaning up in the background or something.
He was one of the persons that I told before, huh? You're probably one of the first people. So your time came on the 10th podcast. So you feel special.
Oh, what?
10th one, man. We've been this far. So thanks for joining us, man. I'm excited for today. Before we start, what's your go-to drink at Colados?
Bro, I've been drinking the caramel helado ever since you guys opened.
Really?
Ever since. It's like, I'm addicted to it. I come every, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week just to get this, bro.
I see you.
And I live like about 15 minutes from here, and I drive. I don't care.
There
I'm
you
coming
go.
to get it, bro.
No excuses.
No excuses.
There you
bro.
have it. Awesome, man. Well, for those who don't know you, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you do and who you are?
Well, my name is Jose Luis Medina. I am a photographer and videographer. I'm here in Arizona, and also I do some work in Los Angeles. Depends on what kind of job. But I'm from Puerto Peñasco, Sonora. Woo. Yeah, I'm la comidita. I'm from there. I'm 32 years old, and I've been living here in the United States, in Arizona, for about since I was 11 years old. So pretty much more than half of my life. I was like, oh my gosh, 11 years old. I'm 30. I'm almost. Oh no!
Dang.
Like, 2/3 of my life I've been in here, huh? 2/3. Oh wow, yeah, bro.
Bro, you look so young. Like I feel like sometimes you look younger than me. I don't know why.
Bro.
You don't look your age.
I'm gonna have to buy another copy.
I'll take 3 more, please. No, man. Tell a little bit about how did you get into photography? Like, was that something you've always wanted, or how did that happen?
Bro, so photography, bro. Photography is so important, bro. I remember when I was little, I would love photography, taking pictures with the little. Remember the yellow cameras, the little. I don't know what were they called?
The one you gotta.
Like I scroll to the right, and then I was like, take the picture. I don't even know. You don't even know if the picture came out right, but
exactly,
you just take it, right?
Like the Polaroids.
Yeah, the Polaroids, exactly. So I used to take a lot of those and just print the pictures out,
really?
And I would love how the pictures came out. But back then, I didn't have so much imagination. But what I do remember is that my dad got us a video recorder, camera recorder. And me and my brother used to love WWE, bro.
Really?
We love like choke slams, stunners, and everything around the house. And I remember me and my brother used to record it like ourselves, like doing like the Hardy Boys moves on the bed, and it started from there. Like I started working on my editing, helping churches on how to do like videos and stuff. And ever since, I was like, we're talking about 10, 20 years ago. My goodness. Yeah, bro. That's where my passion started. Back.
You were vlogging since day one, then.
Yeah, bro. Imagine if I would have uploaded my first vlog on YouTube. I'd been like one of the first ones, but it's all right.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It's fine. So, so now you shoot. What are you shooting now? You do video as well, right?
Yeah, bro. I do video and photos, bro. Mostly, well, I would say I started as a photographer, but then I was having just such a struggle to find the right videographer that I decided to get more into videography, test some videos, and give some work like for free. It's just for me to improve, you know?
Yeah.
And until right now, I feel like I'm still improving. But when I'm editing, like I enjoy what I see, you know, like I love what I see, like the images that the scenes that I was thinking about previously, even before like recording them, and now that I see them, like I'm coming to life, and then it's just a passion, bro. You feel like so much joy in editing all that, bro.
That's good. It gets you going.
Yeah,
so
bro.
The question that everybody wants to know: Nikon or Canon?
Bro, and I mean, I have a friend here. It's not using none of those, but no. But I started with Nikon, bro. I started with Nikon with the crop sensor, the so small semi-professional cameras. I ran on that one for about 4 years, and people will say, "Hey, go to full frame for a professional camera." I was like, "That's the same thing." Once I rented out a professional camera, I noticed a big difference. I was like, what have been missing on all of this? What? So I switched from Nikon to Canon, and Canon is like the best camera for me. The best system, on cameras,
cool.
bro.
Yeah, that's good, man. What gear do you have? Like, what's your setup for like any like photo shoot for like a wedding?
My setup right now is a Canon EOS R. It's the first mirrorless camera on Canon, and it came out about a little bit more than a year ago. I got that one, and I got the RF lenses, which are the new series of lenses with Canon, which are the mirrorless lenses. If those lenses only fit into a mirrorless camera, so those lenses are like crisp and sharp, bro. Like the colors, everything is perfect on those. And yeah, bro. But my to-go setup is the Canon EOS R and the 28x70 RF lens, bro. That's like to-go one.
How much have you put in like all this equipment? Would you say like how much do you have invested on all that?
Oh my goodness, bro. Sometimes when I carry everything in my car, I'm like, hopefully nobody recognizes me. Because if somebody knows that's my car, oh my gosh, please.
He doesn't drive a blue. I'm just kidding. Well, how much? Right now. And then after that, let us know how much you recommend for somebody to start off.
Right now, I should be within maybe easy 20K, which is, I mean, is that much? Well,
Pocket change.
I mean, it's 20K, bro, but it's not. Then everything didn't come all together, at once. I had to work for like a drone first, and then find this first, and get lens and then later, and then just improving little by little. And it's about 20K, bro.
And what did you start off with? Like, what do you recommend anybody who's starting off in like video or photography?
Bro, to be honest, bro, you can even
because I get that question a lot. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh man, like what camera would you recommend for like video for restaurants, stuff like that?"
Ooh, that's a really good question, bro. For restaurants and for like indoors, I recommend a wide aperture lens, which is either a 2.8 aperture or 2.0 aperture, which will allow you to have more light into the lens and work in like low light environments.
Yeah.
But for the outdoors, also the same, but you don't have to be that open. But for the beginning, a Canon, and I will say a T5, T6.5. What is it? T6, the Rebel, just to start with.
How much do those run? Do you know?
You can find them on Sam's Club about like, I don't know, $600 or a little bit less.
$5,000.
Like about $500, like about $500. And I get that question a lot too. Like, how can I start shooting? How can I start editing? What camera do I recommend? And it all depends on your budget, because I know people run on bigger budgets, so I recommend bigger cameras. But if you just want to start, just start with a semi-professional camera. Yeah. And the most important thing is know how to use your camera. And from there, bro, it's nothing but growth.
Yep, that's good. And then nowadays, like, I don't know who told me this, but like your phone shoots better than somebody who had a professional camera like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, which was worth like a ton of money. So we've come a long way with our phones, even to shoot. Like, I'll shoot like a picture of crepe and off my phone and get like 1,000, not even that much, but like a whole bunch of likes and like response. And I'll shoot like a professional, and people will be like, you know what? Because a lot of people, when it comes to like the restaurant food and stuff like that, they want to see the rawness.
Yes.
They want to see the transparency. Something that. So I think phone is a great way to start. From there, go to the professional, like you said, and slowly work your way up.
You can even start, like you said, you can even start on your phone. Just go to your settings and make sure that you're using the right settings. Like, if you want a cinematic look, go 24 frames. You want to do slow-mo, 60 frames. One thing that I learned from you is slow-mo, bro.
Really?
I was trying to figure it out a couple years back. I was trying to figure it out when I was doing video. I started doing video, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out how to do the slow-mo. I was new into this stuff. And I remember I asked you, how do you do the slow-mo shots on the coffee? Because you were playing with coffee and colados on the other location.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you, and you're like, oh, I just shot in 60 frames per second. I was like, there's the answer.
That's
So
$5,000.
and from there, bro, I started using 60 frames, and oh man, 60 frames is gonna make you, help you with the slow mo and some shots, and that's the one tip that I never forget,
Really?
bro. Yeah, you didn't even notice. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
They didn't even know. I didn't even know. But
I mean, and then you learn as you go. You know what I mean? Like you get better, and you find what works for you and stuff like that. But I know your story. I remember. Not too long ago, it was a couple years ago, but you were like, hey man, I want to go to full-time photography, and you had a 9-to-5 job working at a bank. And I remember you telling me, man, like I can't live there. Like I can't work there 9-to-5. Like you were working at, I think, Wells Fargo, and you're like, I need to go full time. And I know it took you a while to get, some cushion, and you have a family who you're, congrats on the new baby as well. But what would you advise for somebody who's working 9-to-5 or working a job, and they want to go full time and do what they love or their passion? What's your story, and then like what would you advise?
Bro, quick story, bro. Like right now that you mentioned you were one of the first ones that I would talk to about me quitting the bank, because I used to work at the bank 9-to-5, and I've had this passion for photography and videography for the longest. And on 2018, I had like a bunch of gigs, and I felt good, but I wasn't as strong for me to use it as a full time, for me to go full time. And I remember I had that desperation in me, like I wanted to become a professional photographer, videographer, and go full time. And I will talk to only the positive friends, bro. I will not talk to the negative friends, because even sometimes the people around you, sometimes they will bring you down. Mm-hmm. They will like not crush your dreams, but like try to be realistic in their eyes. Like, oh come on, bro, you won't be able to live off of photography, bro. Like, what? How much you gonna charge? $100? $100 to pay bills? No, bro. I will talk only the visionaries, bro. The ones with the vision. So I will talk to you. I will talk to like closest friends. And you will tell me, just go for it, bro. Just go for it. I even remember I will receive texts from you. Like, I don't know where, like, bro, I seen you this, and you seen this. You did this work right now, bro. I seen the video you posted or the photo you posted, bro. Just think about it. Go full time. And I was like, I don't know where I will receive this message. And I'll be like, that's God talking to me. So to not make the story even longer. So I used to work at Wells Fargo, right? 9-to-5, for $350 a week. And the environment was good and everything. You feel good working in AC, and I dress all nice and everything, looking professional. But when I was in front of that window, I didn't feel like I was doing my full potential. Maybe in customer service, but I didn't feel like I belonged there. Even though my managers told me, "Hey, we want you to become a banker," I was like, I don't know if I want to be a banker, because then that's a big commitment. But then if I commit to the bank, to a different career here, I won't be able to pursue my dream of becoming my own business owner. So it was New Year's. It was the first day on the job after New Year's on 2019. I remember it was like January 3rd or something, and we were there. And every morning you will have a meeting with all the workers, right? And the Wells Fargo, talking about the new system and all that, whatever. And they asked us, like, what are your goals for 2019? And I remember everybody saying different things, bro. Like, some people didn't even have any goals. And I remember this one. When they asked me, I told them,
quit.
No, I mentioned it, but I wasn't there yet. I told them first. I was like, my goal is to have 2 times or 3 times the amount of work that I had on 2018. And quit Wells Fargo. And my managers just looked at me like,
I think you told me about it.
And they looked at me like, and I was like, yeah, I just want that amount of work. And then one of the bankers looked at me all funny, and she was like, Luis, don't you think with the arms race? Like, Luis, I mean, don't you think that's a little bit too much? I mean, twice the work, twice the amount of work is fine, but 3 times and quitting Wells Fargo, I don't. Well, I wish you good luck with that face and everything, that same attitude. And I was like, I asked God for it, and I know God is gonna help me accomplish this goal, bro. 4 months later, I was so much filled with work and weddings, and my work was just like exploding, bro. Like doors were opening and everything. And I remember I went in the back to the office in the West Fargo, in the branch, and then I was like, hey, I called all my managers in, and managers, I got 3 managers back then, and then they walked in, and then I was like, hey, I want to talk to you guys, and they look at each other, and they're like, what? What do you want to talk about? I was like, I think
my goals.
You know my goals. I was like, I love this place, but I was like, I think it's time for me to go. My business is growing so much. And the weirdest response, bro, I thought they were going to be like, oh, Luis, don't quit. Like, don't leave us or whatever. Think about it, whatever. No, bro, they actually looked at me and they're like, we were just waiting for this, Luis. We were waiting for this for the longest time because we've seen you grow.
Wow.
And we've seen your work grow. And you're so good. I know. I mean, I'm not bragging or anything. That's what they said. And they're like, you're so good at this, what you do, and you love it so much that we knew this was coming. So more than welcome to leave whenever you want, and then you have those doors open if you ever want to come back. I was like,
wow,
what? I wanted to cry, bro. Even though I announced that I was going to leave in like next 2 weeks, one of my managers started crying. They're like, oh, I'm going to remember you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And ever since, bro, I pursued I went all in. And I'm still here, bro.
That's awesome,
depending
man.
on any banks.
That's good.
Yeah, bro.
Good stuff. So how has it been since then? Like, how was the journey?
Bro, it's been a really great journey. I love meeting people. I met new every time I speak to new clients or they send me DMs or messages or emails or whatever. I like meeting new people because those are become new relations. New relationships, new client and professional relationships, and that will bring you more doors for you to knock on them and then open them. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about that part. But my first fail was that same weekend that I quit Wells Fargo. It was like on a Wednesday or Thursday I left. And that same Saturday, I had my first wedding canceled for misunderstandings. So that broke my heart right there because I was like, oh, it's my first job, this and that. And we canceled the contract for misunderstandings. And I felt like, oh my goodness, I just quit the bank. And right now I just like lost a couple thousands of dollars for me to pay the rent and for me to pay my bills. And I remember I called your mom and I called, was she the pastor? And I called all the people to ask for an advice, and they told me, you know what, just keep on going. This happens, and just keep pushing. That was the biggest fail that I had, bro. The contract canceling at the beginning of my journey.
I'm sure right now, like how with the pandemic, like you just told me, a lot of people cancel or they changed their date, right? How has that affected?
Yeah, a lot of people changed their dates to next year. And I had a couple of weddings canceled. One of them hurt me a lot because they hired me last minute because the couple, the mother of the groom had cancer. So the in-law, the mother only had like less than a month to live. So that's why they hired me for the wedding. They weren't supposed to. They weren't even planning on having a wedding photographer, videographer.
Yeah.
But they hired me for the biggest package of video that I have, for me to be able to record her, and to be able to record the family enjoying the mom for the last couple of days. And bro, with all the pandemic, they canceled on me. So at the end they couldn't get that video going. And hopefully, a miracle happened. I haven't heard from them, but. Yeah, bro, that one hurt me a lot because I was very excited of making their day or making a memory for them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it didn't happen. But God knows why. And yeah, bro, like a lot of rescheduling and cancellations. But we still going, bro. I know. This pandemic is closing so many doors, but God is also sending more doors, and we just have to, like I said, knock, and some of them will open. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a matter of believing.
And what's like a common misconception that you get from like photography? I know like when you're shooting, like what's something that you're always like, oh, I want my pictures by tonight, or stuff like that.
Bro.
Like what's something that you always get? You're like, really? Like,
yeah, bro. One thing that I feel like it's over said.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can I have the raw footage or can I have the raw photos? Like, and I know every photographer that knows or that knows the profession knows that when they ask you that, you're like, bruh. Like, come on, it's my work. I'm not gonna give you like the extra. I mean, some of them sell those rights for the raw footage and everything, but I don't do that. But I have those clients where like, oh, and also, am I going to have the raw footage? Am I going to have it? I'm like, and the contract doesn't say, man, but if you want to acquire those, it's going to be a little extra. Well, it didn't, whatever, bro. But, and then, bro, when you edit a picture for so long, it takes you hours and hours. And all of a sudden, bro, they just had a filter on it and they posted it on Instagram. You're like
an Instagram filter on there?
Yeah, no, bro. But yeah, that's what happened. But one thing, bro, if you notice, photography is so important in video. But I feel like photography, since you freeze the moment, like let's say when we talk about who made the first car, who built the first car. I mean, and you go back and you don't picture that unless you see a photo of the first Ford. You know what I mean? You go back and to Bible and you see those pictures of like whatever they imagine how the image whatever happened, and you picture it. You know what I mean? So pictures are really important, especially prints. But yeah, bro, it's really important to have pictures in your life.
Oh yeah. Anybody contact them real quick.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. How would your schedule look like in a regular like busy? You know, do you shoot once, twice a week? Do you edit once you get home? Like, what's the whole process like when, let's say, we have a photo shoot? How long would it take me to receive all that?
Bro, for you to shoot, for me to have a busy schedule, I have to be like at least 5 sessions a week, or 5 days booked. Which right now, that's what I'm having. I'm having like the weekends scheduled, and then maybe like 6 photo shoots a week, which is not bad, bro. I mean, 6 photo shoots a week with the basic package, that's $100 every single session. Now, you're like, $100 to take pictures for 30 minutes or for 1 hour? No, but then it takes me another 1 hour, another 2 hours for me to edit at home.
Okay.
So, with a small session. But when it's a wedding, bro, you take about 1,500 photos. You have to go through all of them and select the best ones, edit them, retouch them, and then deliver them. So, it's like, yeah, it's a workflow, man. You need to organize yourself to be able to accomplish all those things, man.
Yeah, and how do you market yourself to get more customers? I know you have people like, I know you shoot like for the Aguilars, which are like pretty known here in Arizona, but how do you grow from a photographer to have more clients?
Well, to have more clients, I believe the way you present yourself, bro. Like, I like to share on my stories, like whatever I think, or when I'm feeling a vibe, you know, those vibes you feel like happy and you just want to share with the world. I record myself sometimes and I'm like, oh, I'm right here, guys, and this and that, and then I get like feedback from the followers, like, oh, you look so happy, Luis. I like to see that. Oh, where is this location at? Hey, I would like to know how much you charge, whatever, because the way you present yourself. Now, when you meet people on your photo shoots, if you approach your clients with like being nervous or shy, they don't see you that much, like they don't feel like they can trust you as much because you look nervous. But if you like, you get there and then you smile, confident, and then, how are you guys? Sometimes, bro, you will find those clients that are like so serious. You're like, it's hard to break them down. Even you bring like an icebreaker, and then you're like,
that didn't work.
the other day I was wearing my mask, right, for the photo shoot, and then there was this tall dude with the girlfriend. And I was shooting the girlfriend. Every time I would get close to the girl to take a photo, the guy will say out loud, right next to my ear, like, "You're gorgeous, baby. You're mine. You're gorgeous, and you're mine." I'll be like, "Why is he saying
Who are you talking to me?"
Yeah, and at the end, I was like, "Bro, are you even smiling?" Because I was talking to him, he wouldn't give me any expressions or any answers. So I was like, "Bro, you speak Spanish?" He's like, "Sí." I was like, because I don't even see you laughing or smiling or whatever I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, you know, to have vibes, you know? It's like, takes off the mask, it's like,
he's all smiling in there. Oh, there you go. He was hiding in there.
Yeah, he was hiding in there. But yeah, man, you get those experiences with, like, hard clients and then really soft clients and really funny clients too, man.
Yeah, so good, man. Good information for anybody who's out there who wants to start, you know, whatever business it is. I think we have to go out there. Life is too short to do something that you don't love. And I've seen you, man, when you're shooting out there, you're happy, like you said. Like
Yeah,
I
bro,
see,
you
can tell it's your passion. Like, you can tell you love what you do. So
Thank you, bro.
anybody out there who's tired of like working, life is too short. You know, like my mom says, if you're not happy where you're at working, go do what you love. Go do
Exactly.
what gets you excited. And I love how you said when you're out there shooting, you tell people with confidence, hey man, you know, pose like this, go like
bro.
this. I see your
It's funny,
vibes,
bro.
and it works. You know, it's that confidence. And I've shot like one or two, you know, for people that I know, and it's true. Like I'm like, what am I supposed to say? But when you come out there, like you know what you're doing, and you know what you're working with, it does change the vibe. You know, as somebody who's shooting. For my last question, you know, what is your favorite part about shooting?
Meeting people, bro. Meeting people. Like, I love meeting people. It's crazy how you can meet people with the same passion and same goals that you have, but they just don't follow them. They don't pursue those goals, those dreams. They're like, oh, I love photography too, but I just don't know how to start. And I'll be giving them, like, you know, tips here and there. I receive a lot of messages asking me on tips, and I answer them, like, because I want people to be better, you know. Also, like everybody, what I suggest is, like, this is what I told my friends: don't be a standard human being. Like, I know we're all here to work and live, and you know, but become a legacy. Like, leave a legacy for the ones you love, for the ones that see you. And so when you're not there, the day you're not there, they remember what you did and what they learned from you, bro. Because I know people that, unfortunately, they're not here with us anymore. And they're like, oh, yeah, he was a cool dude, bro. Yeah, he was a hard worker. But that's it. But you want to leave a legacy. Why were you a hard worker? What did you leave at work? What did you do? What did you build better than everybody else? You know, just leave a legacy, man. Like, it's all about being different here, because I believe God didn't just bring us to this earth to be normal, but to be that shiny star, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
So good, bro. Y'all are preaching.
It's
dropping bars. Let's go. I love it, man. And for anybody who wants to find you, where can they? I know you're on YouTube. You're on all social. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Luis Milan P, bro. Also on YouTube. I just started doing YouTube again. On Luis Milan Vlogs with Luis Milan. Milan is my brand. It's not my last name. But Luis Milan Vlogs. And on Facebook, Milan Photography. But they can find me there, bro. I have some tips also on YouTube if they want to know, like, a couple things.
Yeah,
I have
for
them
sure,
there, so.
man. Go out and check him out on YouTube. He has a lot of
Thank you, bro.
tutorials, how to pose. So you're shooting your son, how to pose your kids, some funny stuff. You're doing some pranks with people.
Bro.
So such good content, man. I admire your work, that you're going all in. I think, you know, I've learned a lot about the things that you're doing, and your confidence is just so contagious. So keep it up, man. I appreciate you coming on the vlog. I enjoyed my time here.
Thank you for having me, bro.
A lot of good information for a lot of people who are afraid to take that step. And, you know, it's so good. It's so scary, and there's fear, but on the other side, you get that reward of the risk. So
Yes.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your time and for being with us today. Thank you for everybody who's watching. Like, subscribe, and let us know any questions that you have on things that you want to hear if you own a business. I know there's always something that we can help with. I mean, we don't have it all figured out, but what we have figured out, we want to share it with you. So thank you for tuning in. On to the next one. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Jose Luis.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.